Okay, I'm going to try something a little different really quickly. I'm going to say something. I want you to try to repeat it, okay? You're not going to say anything horrible, don't worry. Ini sogoma. Ah, good. Okay, try that again. Ini sogoma. Ah, that's so good. So nice to hear. In case any of you are wondering, what the heck did I just say? You just learned how to say good morning in Bambara. So there you go. There's your language lesson for the day. For those of you who don't know who this person on the stage is right now, I'm Logan, of no relation to the pastor at all. Just kidding. Very strong biological link there. If you don't remember, it was March last year, almost a year ago now, that I came up on here and I was like, hey, I'm going to talk about Mali to you guys. You want to hear some more about that? And then church canceled. Thanks, COVID. So I guess we're trying to rectify that now. I'm going to give a brief little spiel right here. In case some of you don't know what the heck is Mali, that's also a reaction that I get a lot. Usually if I say, hey, I went to serve with missions in Mali for 2 years, first people think I said Bali, in which case, no, I was not vacationing in an Indonesian tourist trap. Or they think Malawi, which, nice, that's actually on the right continent. It's in Africa, good job. So usually they'll go through those guesses and they still don't know what I'm talking about. And so then I say Timbuktu. And of course the response is, wait, that's a real place? Yes, it is. It's actually got a lot of history to it, as does Mali itself, being sort of the center for several ancient and medieval West African empires, which is really cool. But I'm not going to get into all the history stuff right now because you'll want to leave. But for those who don't know, right after college, I went to Mali for 2 years to work with a small international mission whose focus is on working with unreached Muslims and helping them in following Jesus. And Mali is sort of a unique place in the Muslim missions world because mission workers and stuff are actually welcome there. Police stop you on the road. They ask, who are you? You say, I'm a missionary. This is the group I'm with. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, you can go on. You're good. Which is very interesting because it is a country that has a history of issues and challenges, and to this day is still between like 90 to 95% Muslim, depending on which data you're using. The numbers kind of vary, just because it's hard to get that information. But there is a real warmth and welcomeness and receptivity to the gospel there, even though it does have its challenges. Like the church, many of the churches and the Christian groups there are only in their first or second generation still at this point. And there is a real Christian diaspora. I remember where I was going with 2 other people, another worker and a Malian pastor, and we were traveling to the small little village near the border with Mauritania. And it's a really remote area, right? We went several hours without driving on an actual road. And by road, like not even a street, it was just sand. It was like a sand path, and we had to dig the 4x4 out of the sand with the Sahara sun blazing over us, and the camels were just walking by doing their thing. And we get to this village, and it's basically right on the border. You can walk over into Mauritania without even realizing it, and I know a few people who have done that. And we get there, and we're meeting with this older gentleman. We'll call him Musa. That's not his name, but I'm very big on privacy, so we'll call him Musa. And he's an older Soninke Christian. He's been one for a while, and he and his family have been like the Christian presence in their town for years and years and years. And he's seen the Bible in Bambara, which is one of the Malian languages, but we were there to give him the newly finished translation of the Gospels and Acts in his own first language, which is Soninke. And we went up there to present him with that. And so we traveled all this way out to this remote corner of the country, and we get there, and we say, here you go. Here's the Injil. This is it in your language. You don't have to just read it in Bambara. Now you can read it in your first language. And the man's eyes just lit up right there. And the first thing he does before literally anything else is, all right, we're going to do a study now. Let's open up. Which is great because, like, I don't actually speak Soninke. I focused on Bambara because that's, like, the most common language there. So that's what I learned. So we have some guys speaking in Soninke, others speaking in Bambara. Everyone's kind of, like, translating to each other. So we have several different languages all going on at once, all studying the Bible with this man and his extended family in this remote village. And I remember just sitting there in that moment thinking, yes, this is what it is. This is why we're here. And it was just a beautiful moment. And that experience really touched me. And that was probably just over 2 years ago, like this month. It happened February 2019. And so for those of you who don't know, I'm planning on going back to West Africa. I spent my time there learning Bambara, teaching English courses, using the classes as an opportunity to build roots in the communities there and to open up interfaith conversations between local Christians and Muslims in a place where people felt safe and comfortable to kind of get outside of their cultural bubbles a bit. And of course, a lot of Bible studies and discipleship groups among local believers as well. And I'm going back at this point. That's the plan. And I'll let you. Okay. And I'm going back. I'm going to take a stop, though. I'll be stopping in France is the plan right now because French is the official language of the country. Mali, as much of West Africa, was colonized by France, and Mali was not its own full-fledged country by itself until 1960. And as a result of that, a lot of the institutions, a lot of the legal side, that's all French. So I'm going to go for a year to work on my French a little more so that I can do more than just order food in a restaurant or take the taxi to the airport. Just because if I'm living and working in West Africa long term, French is really, really good to have. And I mean, I can just kind of take the Latin I know and Frenchify the words a bit. And it does actually work a fair amount of the time. But there's a difference between just distorting one language, to estimate the word in another and actually knowing the language, right? There is a difference, surprisingly enough. Anyway, I'm going to France, and then afterward, I will be going back to Mali to continue work there with teaching and studying among both local Malian church and with the unreached Muslims all around. And I am super excited about that. It's awesome. Mali's a great place. You should come visit me there. Now, of course, can't all necessarily say, yeah, I'm just going to go naff off to Mali, right? But I do think that each and every person can be involved in overseas work to some capacity. You can all be a part of it, even if you can't travel there, right? And so that's why I'm here today, because I am inviting you to join with me in prayer. That's the big one, right? And if your bank accounts are willing to try to give generously and sacrificially to kingdom work overseas on a monthly basis is what we're hoping for. I do have a nice table in the back with some information sheets and sign-up stuff. So if you want to meet with me some point in the next several weeks, just to talk, hey, Logan, tell us more about Mali. What's it like there? How can we help with you in this? What can we do? You can sign up right back there, and we can meet either here at the church, we'll go to the conference room, or if you want me to come over to your place or something like that, feel free to do that. Just tell me, and I'll jump through whatever hoops I need to do for you. So, but if you want to meet at any point, for maybe 30 minutes, an hour time-ish. I won't take up your whole day, I promise you. I can be rambly, but I know when to keep myself on a leash, so fret not. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to try one more time, see if you remember. You don't remember. All right, we're going to say it one more time. Ini sogoma. Ah, yes, that's good.